It's November 14th, 2025. I am at Joel Pearl, thejoelpearl.com on Blue Sky, and it's time to get in the weeds. A fabulous Friday, a fantastical Friday, a incredibly funny day for a Friday. Jeremy Lambert is here, as he always is. TNA's number one fan. Number one, Jeremy Lambert. How you doing, pal?
I'm so excited to talk about TNA wrestling on a Friday. That does not happen often, if ever, but today is a different day because today is TNA Day, folks. And man, do we have so much great TNA to talk about. You see my headline, you see the ticker. Folks, the poll question today is a pretty simple one. It is TNA question mark TNA 1 exclamation point, 2 exclamation points, 3 exclamation points, or 4 exclamation points, because I only have 4 options. So pick your favorite version of the TNA, everybody. 1, 2, 3, or 4 exclamation points for TNA. How excited are you to talk about TNA today?
I feel like everyone should be picking the 2 exclamation points since they are the number 2 promotion.
That's good. Yeah, that's good. You know, we could also go 4 because 4 is how the most excited about things, you know. Regardless, whatever you pick, just be excited to talk about total non-stop action wrestling on a Friday.
The post show did stupidly well, I have to say.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I think we have Delirious and Dreamer to thank for that one. We went an hour and a half. We went 990.
Oh, that's long.
We
That's
went
long for you guys.
No, we went Broadway Plus because we had run-ins aplenty. Jeremy joined twice. Sean Ross Sapp, our very own, joined for a little while, and SP3 dropped in as well.
Nice.
So the gang all showed up, and then Krista and I, of course, we talked about the things that happened and the things that sucked and the things that didn't suck and why TNA is just the best. The best. Put that AEW Blood and Guts to shame, did it last night.
I have breaking news in the world of total nonstop action.
Oh my God, here we go.
After calling his shot and becoming the new TNA World Champion last night on TNA Impact, Frankie Kazarian will deliver the King speech on the countdown to TNA Turning Point tonight, 7:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, folks. That's right. They are giving away Frankie Kazarian's King speech live tonight on YouTube before he competes in the main event, teaming with Nick Nemeth, the man he stole the Call Your Shot gauntlet from, against Mike Santana and Steve Macklin. 2 people who I'm sure are very thrilled at what happened last night.
Yeah, I think they're in great spirits, ready for that main event match tonight. Everyone's all about it. And so are we. Go ahead, leave a thumbs up if you haven't, because this is going to be the most incredible TNA day of your life. You're going to be shouting TNA from the rooftops, and the people who don't know, they're going to think you're a pervert. But damn it, once you explain what you mean, they're going to be right on board with you. TNA, TNA, TNA. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, why are you waiting? Get to click that subscribe button, hit that bell, get your notifications because you drop content all day, every day. We got plenty of shorts, plenty of clips, whatever you want. It's happening all weekend. We're going to have stuff scheduled out through the entire weekend so you can watch stuff that happened on this show and stuff that you missed, and you're going to love it, I promise. And also, donate a super chat, any amount, get your question or statement read on the air. We appreciate those very much. Y'all came out last night to do that for us on the post show, mostly to thank us for doing the things that you don't have to do, like watch TNA. We got one right off the bat from Volov. Do you have your finger on the button? Here we go. Vanilla Fumble.
I'm Vanilla, baby.
Is what we call when it's TNA Day. They made me bring it back. That's true. We had not had a Vanilla Fumble of this magnitude in easily weeks.
Volop slipping with the vanilla fumbles. I don't think this is a vanilla fumble at all. I think this is a vanilla mountain out here. This is a vanilla touchdown out here. There's no fumble. They scored. They finally scored. Joel. They were on the 1 yard line, then they got a bunch of penalties, pass interference. They may have fumbled it, but they recovered. I don't know. They got backed up to like the 40 at one point, and then they might have gained 2 or 3 yards. They got into the end zone last night. I don't know how you can view it any other way.
It was their Hail Mary, and they did it. Total nonstop awesomeness.
All right.
You're back.
All right. Let me switch. Hold on. Let me switch I can't be having Wi-Fi issues on TNA day. Although I guess it's...
It's pretty on par for TNA to do that.
Yeah. All right, you're gonna lose me here again in a second, so you gotta go.
Fine. I think speaking of technical difficulties, they had during the Knockouts World Title match, they had a great audio unsyncing moment where suddenly the broadcast, what you saw was whenever they hit the mat, it would be like they hit the mat, and then all of a sudden you'd hear 2 seconds later. That was one of my favorites. And then, of course, the Elijah concert, because God forbid a guitar sound good on any wrestling program. So
you hate Elijah.
Dude, he played the song from his second album.
I know.
He said it was new. All he did was change the stupid letters of the company he works for.
Yeah.
Shit's fantastic. Oh,
that was so great.
Dude, it was terrible. Dude, have you switched over? Are you back?
I think so. I think it's good, right?
I think everybody left. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, good. That's even better if I never really left.
I'll take that seamless transition anytime. So I think I mentioned this on the post show. Rob Wilkins, who does the thumbnails, he had sent me the first one. The first one was the Elijah concert because we don't know what's going to happen on the show, blah, blah, blah. I would have done as like Santana Speaks. It doesn't matter because those setup thumbnails are just there for show. And then we got the news on Fightful Select Best $5.99. We'll talk about it in a few minutes. Joe Hendry is officially gone from TNA. He is now a part of WWE. He has moved over. He has transitioned. It has happened. He is there. As if you didn't already know it, now it's official, at least via Fightful Select, which like you can pretty much, you know. And then the main event. So Rob at 9:45 Eastern messaged me, said, "Do you want to change something?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll probably change it to, you know, what do you think?" And he's like, "Sean thinks it's Joe Hendry." I'm like, "That's fine with me. That is the biggest story tonight." Boy, did I eat those words. About 10 minutes later, Frankie Kazarian comes out after Mike Santana gets beat.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's not bury the first lead.
Let's set this all up. So the show had opened with Santana coming out and giving his like rah Boricua victory speech. And he was excited, and I'm going to defend the championship against anyone, anytime, anywhere. Sounds very familiar. It's like every TNA champion of the last like 6 years. He's like, the letters don't matter. I'll do this thing. Great. And then Ryan Nemeth comes out, and of course, if you're in TNA, you got to go through Ryan Nemeth, the perennial Nick Nemeth gatekeeper. And he's like, Nick's not here yet. He's got travel issues, but he'll be here. I'm like, all right, sure, whatever. And then they set up Ryan Nemeth versus Santana at the end of the show. Sure. Okay, whatever. It's a match that they can do, and it's just Santana beats down the guy to get, you know, some sort of heat on Nick Nemeth so that Nick Nemeth can then come out and get heat for the match tomorrow night. I'm like, sure, they're totally serviceable. It's lazy, but it's like it's fine. It's pro wrestling. Then they start the match and they do the runaround, and then Nick Nemeth's music hits. Nick Nemeth's walking in the door backstage, and he gets blindsided, attacked by a man in a hood. And I immediately thought it was just Frankie Kazarian and he was going to cash in. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. But then it apparently wasn't. Maybe it was. They still haven't figured that out. But either way, in the ring, Santana gets blindsided. By whom? By a bunch of people you've barely seen on NXT and Evolve. The most recognizable face, Lexis King.
I mean, I guess.
They're being led by Robert Stone, the former Robbie.
Yeah. Robert Stone leading the group is hilarious. I feel like Charlie Dempsey is kind of the top guy. But...
Yeah, Dempsey felt like he was barely there. Remember when Charlie Dempsey went to Japan? What happened there?
I mean, he went to Japan. That's what happened there. Now he's back.
Did he lose all of his matches in Japan as he typically does?
I don't think so. I think he think he won a couple of them, maybe.
Good for him, but he didn't win titles like everyone else who went to Japan. Yoshiki Inamura wins the Noah title. Hank and Tank win the tag titles. Dempsey just gets dumped on his head a bunch of times.
Yeah, Charlie Dempsey, he beat Harlem Lewis. He teamed with Harlem Lewis to win a match. He lost to Kiyomiya, and then he won a 6-man match teaming with Harlem Lewis and Inamura. So he went to 3-1 on this latest Japan excursion. He did well.
Dempsey didn't come home with gold, though.
No, he did not come home with gold. He's still a Heritage Cup champion, right?
No, Stax is technically.
Yeah. He was there last night too, right?
Yeah, so that's the funniest part of all of this. Channing Stax Lorenzo, who is on NXT, has the on-air Ariana Grace girlfriend, and I guess in real life too. But they are partnered up on TV. They apparently don't talk to each other because earlier in the night, in what is the worst segment you'll ever see on TNA, and that's saying a lot, you had Santino Marella come out, introduce Ava, so you know it's already going to be a great show. And they're just like, we're best friends now. Thank you for watching Showdown. And everyone's like, what was Showdown? That was like 6 weeks ago. Thank you for watching NXT. And there's so many more opportunities coming down the pipeline. Rah, rah, we love each other now. We're best friends and we've renewed our partnership. And I'm like, that is a giant red flag. And then she says, I can't be here all the time, but I know someone who can be, Miss Liaison, Ariana Grace. And she comes out and everyone's like, yay. And I'm like, wasn't she a heel like 2 weeks ago with her boyfriend, the guy, Channing Stax? Isn't this a thing? So then once again, we fast forward to the end of the night. And again, Stax was part of the group that took out Mike Santana as they're all yelling and screaming at commentary. Who let them in? They're invading. Why are they here? And I'm like, yeah, why does Ariana Grace know about this? How does she not know about this? She's the liaison. You better have her turn heel, because they had the Kalani Jordan thing is another thing we'll talk about. Man. So Santana gets beat up by the lower level NXT and higher level Evolve talent. Brooks Jensen is a part of this, as Jeremy had mentioned. There are just a bunch of names. And the guys that Wes Lee used to manage. High Rise. I was going to call them Skyscrapers, but that's MLW tag team champions. Then Frankie Kazarian's music hits. And I'm like, all right, cool. Here we go. He comes out. He cashes in. They did the typical cash-in scenario where he immediately takes advantage and hits the babyface with his finish and gets a 2 count. The babyface tries to fight back valiantly and then gets beat on a roll-up, by the way. He hit the way he kept him down was by holding down his bad wrist, Jeremy.
This is going to go under talked about, because people are just gonna make fun of the finish and like the fact that they did this, which fair. Mike Santana looked so stupid during this. He's going for spin the block, and he just goes, "Oh no! Oh shit! My wrist hurts."
Yeah, mid turn.
Yeah, he didn't even hit him or anything. It was just all of a sudden this shooting pain went down his arm and wrist, and he just could not complete the move. So stupid. Absolutely. They made Mike Santana in so many ways look like the dumbest wrestler in the world here. The fact that he could not complete the move, hit the guy, it was just all mid-move. He just goes, like he got shot in the arm or something, and then a roll-up beats him. A friggin' roll-up of all of this. Way to just completely kill. If you didn't do it by, again, just doing this match in general and doing this whole booking thing, you killed them with the way you actually booked it, which is hilarious. Like, they just could not help themselves of, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do the dumbest thing ever by taking the title off of Santana a month after he wins it when we had no television. How can we make this worse? How about we make him look really stupid with the way he sells how he loses this whole thing. How about he gets just a shooting pain down his arm and into his wrist, and he can't even finish the move where he doesn't have to use his arm until he actually clocks the person. It's not like his leg where he spins and his leg collapses and it's like, okay, you know what? Your leg hurts. You try to do a spin, you plant wrong, you fall down. That kind of sucks. He spun and then his arm just all of a sudden gave out on him without actually using his arm. And then you get rolled up like a giant ass dork. I hope Mike Santana, I love Mike Santana, best wishes to Mike Santana. I hope the chair's comfortable.
Shout out. Fuck, the end got me. So Mike Gilbert, who does Brace for Impact, he's very funny on Twitter. And he and I wax poetic about what TNA is in 2025. Said Mike Santana, this was when it happened. Mike Santana just lost the TNA title in front of about 100 people to a roll-up. No heat, high school promotion with zero ideas. One of the replies just got me. And it was, if it's any consolation, maybe he'll get the TNA All-Star Award for this loop. You can get the video Carlos Silva being like,
you get the hat or whatever the hell they panned out,
you don't
right?
do the hat anymore. Now it's a gold. Now it's a crystal star that they give out, and it's gonna the tweet's gonna be like, at Carlos Silva gives the TNA All Star Award for the Florida Loop to deserving champion Mike Santana, and it's just going to be Carlos being like, this man has been with us through thick and thin, and he's been through so much, and we're so proud of him. He's had an amazing showing. He's held this company up by the top of his waist. Mike Santana, you deserve this. And everyone's going to be like, woo, family, my boy, woo, Boricua, woo. And Mike Santana's going to be like, well, fuck this company, I quit. And he's going to be out of there.
Oh my gosh. What an amazing company. I'm going to start from the beginning here because this show was fantastic to start off. Mike Santana does his championship speech. Okay, no problem with that. You get the champion out there first on your first show back. That's a good call. But then Ryan Nemeth comes out. It's like, man, if you wanted to just immediately kill all enthusiasm with this whole thing, you bring out Ryan Nemeth as the first person to step to your new champion. I'm immediately out at that point if I cared. But since I don't, I'm immediately in because I think this is the most hilarious outcome. You couldn't have picked a more hilarious person to come out there than Ryan friggin' Nemeth. And then they do the Santino, Ava, Ariana Grace thing. We are 40 minutes into this show, and there's been no wrestling. Absolutely rules. No wrestling 40 minutes into this show. We've had Ryan Nemeth, Santino, Ava, Ariana Grace taking up the majority of the television time 40 minutes into this show.
So I gotta point out, we now know, we've known this since this is what, the 5th live Impact that they've done. We know what the live impacts are at this point. They are
trash.
They're trash. They could be used as an opportunity to show off the talent and the wrestling, but instead they use it to play a bunch of really, really, really bad acting storylines. And it's absolutely hilarious to watch them try to do this every time and fail every time. It is the definition of madness. And it's insanity. They think they're getting it right this time. 40 fucking minutes.
It rolls. Good. No wrestling. Fuck this wrestling on this wrestling show.
Wrestling is stupid. Wrestling is dumb. Stop liking wrestling.
I love it. I absolutely love it. So we're 40 minutes into this show, and that's it. All right, no wrestling. Then they finally start to pick up. We get some matches and stuff. There was no match. There was one match announced for Turning Point coming into the show. I guess they announced the Knockouts tag team title like 30 minutes before Impact went on the air.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was
on the show. All right, it's fine. Sure.
Yeah. I mean, most people probably did find out on the show, but it was on social media like 30 minutes before they went on the air.
When it wasn't announced as the countdown, I was like, oh, they got a plan for the countdown show. Well, it turns out they certainly do.
Yes. So they set up a bunch of matches for Turning Point because they had literally one match 24 hours before the show was going on the air. They had one match announced for Turning Point. So they set up a bunch of matches for Turning Point. Fine. Am I interested in any of them? No. And then we get to the main event, and it's Mike Santana against Ryan Nemeth, and it's like, all right, yeah, sure. As Joel said, like, it's not the worst thing. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world because it might set up some things, but at the same time, it's like, man, first show back in a month, and you're putting Ryan Nemeth in the main event, and then the hilarity just gets upped from there. I don't know how much SB3 said on the post show last night because I didn't get a chance to watch all of it.
So you know what he sent us?
Yes.
It was basically that.
Okay. So I don't know if he set up what he sent us and everything, but SB3 messages immediately, and he's like, they got the NXT just like job squad out there, and then he sent us a voicemail just cackling and everything. And then I was watching. I was like, yeah, that's pretty funny that they did this, and like they got this NXT group out here. Sure, they're continuing this for some reason. Why not? And then SP3 messages like they put the title on Frankie Kazarian, and then he's cackling even more. I'm like, I am dying right now that they actually put this title on Frankie Kazarian. Look, Frankie Kazarian, whatever. He's like 50. Do I think he should be the TNA champion?
48. Be nice.
Okay. All right. Frankie Kazarian, do I think he should be the TNA world champion in 2025, 2 months away from 2026? Absolutely not. But you want to put this out on Frankie Kazarian, whatever. The whole booking of this is the most hilarious thing ever. Think about this, Joel. Think about this. They did this same gimmick, 3 years ago with Josh Alexander, right? Josh Alexander wins. It was his first title win, and then Moose immediately cashed in, and he beat him in front of his kid, and people were worried they were going to do that at Bound for Glory, but Elijah was there, and Santana prevented it after he hugged his kid and everything.
The difference is the Moose thing ruled, not only because I had called it so far in advance that people were angry at me, but like, it actually set something up that didn't suck because Moose was going to be around for a long time, and so is Josh. This is continue, but like it's similar but different, which is even hilariouser to all this.
Okay, sure. But my point is they just did this like 3 years ago, right? And it's a similar principle of what they have done, except this is way fucking funnier. Way funnier, because at least with Josh Alexander they did it and they gave you the immediacy of everything, and they had a point to it with Alexander's kids there and everything. This would, if they did this at Bound for Glory, if Kazarian or Nemeth cashed in after Santana won, you would have gotten a lot of groans and everything. It's like, wait, didn't you do this 3 years ago with Moose? And like, why are you ruining Santana's moment? Of course, I'm like, this is going to be good. The money's in the chase and it's good heat and blah, 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 blah. It's dumb. This is way funnier because they didn't do immediately. Instead, Joel, they had a month off. An entire month of Mike Santana's reign was not on television. And the first show back, he loses the title. That is so much funnier than losing it immediately. His whole month, Mike Santana's reign, it'll say 60 days or 61 days, however many fucking days it was. I think it was 61 because he won it on the 12th and that was the 13th. I think there's that many days. Or 30, sorry. I gave him too much credit. Yeah, sorry. I gave him too much credit. His entire run, 31 days of TNA World Champion, 0 title defenses, 0 television appearances until his first television appearance. He lost the championship. It absolutely rules that this is how they booked this thing. It's so good. This is the funniest possible outcome that they did for him. At least, yes, Raw Tag Team, at least the Judgment Day are on TV every week. He got no television time.
You even put him on
none. Because they were on, what's your... I just remembered this. What's the most memorable television moment of Mike Santana's reign, Joel? He forgot the title against Cedric Alexander. He left the title in the back because they did a pre-taped match from before he won the title.
And Ryan in the chat saying Carlos Silva's going to say this is good because people are talking about TNA. It's the same shit he said after Slammiversary. We're going to get a big house out of this. You're not going to get a big house out of this. You're not going to get. It's going to come back to bite you on the ass multiple times. It's going to bite you so hard at this point because now the fans have no interest. They just don't want this. Just don't. We got a super chat from Ken Bruno. Thank you, Ken. He says Frankie Kazarian is now the old guy holding young talent down. You can die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. So, okay, I will say this. Jeremy said it too. Frankie Kazarian, great talent. Great dude. He's been around TNA for more time than he hasn't. The character he's playing right now, probably the best character he's ever done, especially in TNA. Like, it was a little corny at first, but like he's really dialed into it. I think it's good. I think he deserves to have a title run. I think he deserves the Grand Slam championship. And I know TNA was really big on doing that for Frankie, but the way they went about doing it was exactly the expected and intended TNA way, which is clearly the worst way. And as a result, like, listen, Frankie's going to make chicken salad out of this, but it's such a moment where people are like, well, I don't care anymore because you gave it to the guy we wanted, and then you immediately took it away and thought this was a good idea. Someone in the back heard Tommy say, we're gonna have him lose the title, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna heap all this babyface sympathy on him. Everyone's gonna love it. Guys, you don't understand. It's gonna be so good. I remember doing this, back in, they were doing it in '99 in the Attitude Era. And then someone in the back in TNA stood up and said, and then what? And Dreamer was like, and then we'll figure it out. And then someone on his cell phone that was sitting on the table just suddenly piped up and said, because that's what we do. And everyone was like, what the fuck was that?
It's so amazing. This
they're
company...
They're going to have Santana either win it they're either going to have...
Who cares, Joel? Stop it.
Win it at Genesis, and he resigns, or he's walking out, and he's like, nah, fuck this.
Okay, he wins it at Genesis. Great.
And then what?
Yeah, who cares?
The Nick Nemeth takes it from him.
Who cares at this point? There's no reason to predict or get invested in anything they do, because whatever they do, they're immediately going to squash that goodwill. Immediately squash it. Who could possibly care? Oh, we might win it a Gold Rush. I don't think that match is going to get added to Gold Rush. I feel like those cards are kind of set. I mean, maybe it does, but like,
unless they set it up tonight.
Who could possibly care? Because this is what they do. This is what we do in the aftermath of things. They screw up so many easy things. You already screwed up Santana not winning it at Slammiversary when you had the shot in his hometown and your biggest audience until you lied and said that Bound for Glory was your biggest audience. You had the shot there and you messed that up. And you gave it to him at Bound for Glory. All right, great. And then what happened a month later? You screwed it up by doing this. All right, he wins it at Gold Rush. He wins it at Genesis. You've already screwed this up to the point that people could not possibly care about Mike Santana. The first reign lasted 1 month with 0 television time. They had no TV after Bound for Glory. None. You know what this is a sign to me of many things, mind you? They got no television prospects. Absolutely 0. Because if they had some, I don't think they'd do this. Maybe they do because they're dumb as hell. But if they had any, I don't think they'd do this. They try to capitalize on the momentum. Be like, see, we did a great show at Bound for Glory. People were there to see Mike Santana. People were there to see the Hardys and the Dudleys. We're going to run with this. We're going to run with Mike Santana as the guy. But I don't think they got any television prospects. And so they're like, fuck it. Put the title on Frankie Kazarian. We got nothing else to do.
Somebody brought up last night during the post show, given the talent that they had come out to beat up Santana, they're all from Evolve. Yeah. Do we think that they have a 2B deal? And I was like, could be. Remember when it was CW, and some people were like, maybe it's not going to be CW. It could just be 2B.
the title that they or the talent that they used last night was so funny. You know, at least before, like, all right, Trick Williams is gonna show up. Ridge Holland's at least been on the main roster and everything. Like they use some people. Like, all right, sure, you got some people who you could kind of understand. This was the NXT team right here that they brought out there. The biggest name, I guess, is Lexus King, because he's kind of sort of featured on NXT weekly, not lately, but he's done some stuff on NXT. I guess maybe Robert Stone, because he's an assistant to Ava. Why isn't he the liaison?
I don't think he's been there for the last little while, ever since Evolve really took off and they had Stevie do the GM thing and they fired her. And then
no, he's been around.
Stone's been doing the commentary for Evolve, but I don't think he's been on, because he does it with Rosenberg. I don't think he's been on on NXT.
All right, I thought he'd been there. He does the pre NXT stuff and whatever. Regardless whether he's been on TV or not, he's the assistant on television. He ain't an actual wrestler on television, or he's a commentator. So it's not like he's that important when it comes to things. Charlie Dempsey, okay. High Rise, okay. Like, just sure. Brooks Jensen, they tried to make him a thing once in a while. That was the group that they sent to continue, for some reason, continue this TNA NXT thing that doesn't even make sense now, because earlier in the night you had Ava and Santino be like, we're on the same team, this is great. Remember Showdown last month or 2 months ago, whenever it was? Everything was fantastic there. We're working together now. Yay, let's go. NXT. And then they do an invasion thing again for some weird reason, but it's with the C team out there.
Just the best. Jose in the chat being like, tell me TNA couldn't get invaded like Josh Briggs. And no, Josh Briggs is too big.
Yeah, Josh Briggs, they're actually kind of using him on television. They weren't using any actual people they put on television regularly. You weren't going to see Jovan come out here and be part of this geek squad. You know, if he's going to do something, he's going to, kind of like Kalani, do something a little bit of relevancy. They're going to win titles. It's like, who are we not using on NXT that maybe we're paying a little bit more? Because I do think people like Dempsey and Lexus and Brooks Jensen, because I think he just resigned when they were doing that whole angle with him. Who are we not using on TV that we need to get a little bit more out of? And it's like, here's the list right here. Send them to TNA.
It's amazing. I'm surprised they didn't have SP3 lead the team up against the TNA last night. They're going to send out the C-suite. You may as well bring out the guy who coined it.
I'm going to get SP3 in the door when I'm named Mr. Elegance.
Amazing. I'm a big fan of that. He's going to be the new member of the system, because JDC is retiring after Genesis. He announced that he is gone.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Let me address this pile driver finisher who owes me an apology. I actually believe Jeremy is enjoying this. You and Cresta forcing yourselves to enjoy and just keep saying, I'm sports entertained. I legit have to ask, are you guys enjoying TNA? Yes. Wait, do you think I'm not enjoying this? I think it's hilarious. I've said it many times. I don't get invested in these things. I'm not invested in characters in wrestling because I kind of just, I'm too attached to it at this point. Like, it is a job for me, and I don't want to get invested in people that I essentially have to cover every single day and week. Like that's where I don't want to do that. So I'm not invested in Mike Santana. Do I want the best for Mike Santana? Do I wish that they would treat him better and give him a good title reign? Yes. But do I care they book some shit like this? And am I like angry over all this? No. It's dumb to be angry over pro wrestling.
So I'll speak to my own side of things. I do it because I've always been a fan of TNA, and even through the bad years. I followed them since the Asylum days, since the pay-per-view weekly days, and all the ways in between. I want the company to do well because I think wrestling is at its best when there are plenty of places to work, especially ones that have TV deals. I am objective in my reviews because I still care about a good television product. I'm down on the show and the presentation right now because it's just not good. Why do we do the TNA reviews? I will pull the curtain back because I don't think this is speaking out of school. The TNA post show is a loss leader. Okay. We don't make money on the TNA post show. That's why if they move to Wednesdays, oh my God, they could take the Evolve time slot and just, oh my God, are they going to become Evolve TNA? Anyway, not important. If they move to Wednesdays, my weekly TNA review on the main channel is done. It's done. It's not happening. And that's an agreement that both Sean and I have because, oh yeah, why don't you go up against the Dynamite review for the number 2 company, sorry TNA, that Sean Ross Sapp, who runs this damn website and company, why don't you go take his spot? I'm sure that'll do great. No, we do the TNA review for multiple reasons. One of which is honestly because if we're going to be the website that we are, as strong as we are when it comes to coverage and when it comes to the news that we break and the information that we gain, we need to cover a lot of different companies. So we do it because it shows that we care about what TNA does to the point where we can continue getting people at TNA to talk to us and to be a part of the news that we break and to help us cultivate the sources that we cultivate and do the interviews and all the things like that. So I don't need to defend myself watching it. It is a job. I also don't care about any wrestling. I've said this before. I'm an equal opportunity hater, and I say this frequently. There are things I like and there are things that I don't care about. But no, when I sit down to watch TNA, I do it with an objective mind, and then I can point out the little things that are good and the things that are bad, and I can sit there at the end of the night, go to bed afterwards, and be done, knowing I'm coming onto this show and I'm going to have fun with it for a different reason. The best conversations on our show are the ones that involve the absolute ridiculousness around wrestling and around life. So we don't pretend. We'll never pretend to like something. We won't, because that's just stupid. That I am not the type of
pretending
fan.
to like this.
Yeah, that's because it's just objectively hilarious at this point that they shoot themselves in the foot and think this is the idea. So
I don't think anybody's pretending to like this, mind you. It's bad. I don't know if I can say that any more clear. This is terrible booking. This is how you kill your company, except TNA can never die. So they can do shit like this, and it's not going to matter because they are the Twinkies of pro wrestling. They are not going to die. This is terrible. But I'm going to laugh at it.
Don't call them that. Don't call them the cockroach brand of wrestling, because you'll have crazy people give you their opinions on the internet about it.
Didn't.
And I had one
Twinkies.
Yeah, what did Twinkies survive? A nuclear holocaust. So these people, they won't like it. But yes, TNA is the absolutely nuclear holocaust survivor of all nuclear holocaust survivors, because they have tried to kill them for 23 years. The company has never been profitable. I am not speaking out of school, because Carlos Silva himself said it in an interview last year. Maybe it was earlier this year. Regardless, it was earlier this year. Regardless, he has said it. The company never profitable. This company should have closed a multitude of times, probably at least 24 times. But every time they get bailed out, and every time they continue moving, and every time somebody gives them the money to move ahead. Why weren't they on for the last 4 weeks? Well, the thing I was just talking about, most likely the reason. And here we are. They came back and they delivered one hell of a show last night. They got people talking. And once again, not about the good things about TNA, of which there were very few last night. Very few.
I'm trying to think.
The JDC thing, by the way, you feel for him, but also thankfully he's healthy. He's decided to. So for those who missed it, and you probably would have because it was buried in the show, the system come out, they cut a promo as they do, and JDC announces his last match will be at TNA Genesis. He recently got married, and he decided that this is it for him. Him and his partner, they said this is it. Sure, why not? He's been doing this for almost 30 years, he said. So it's time to pack up the boots, give them away. Maybe in a big tag team table match against their number one nemesis, and then it'll be on Talk is Jericho later. Anyway, JDC is he's in good health, he's in good spirits, and for him to make that decision is great. from a kayfabe standpoint, it made absolutely zero sense that the group that calls themselves a family and are always in each other's business didn't know that their brother, their family member, was retiring, and they played it off like they had no idea that JDC was going to announce his retirement.
I mean, that's fine.
No.
You announce your pregnancy and you gather everybody around and you be like, I'm pregnant. You don't
but you do
tip
it
everybody off.
Yeah, no, it's not, if you're a united front, you don't just turn around and say we're doing this.
Nah.
No, come on. From a kayfabe now, that we make an announcement on the website. Is everyone clued in that needs to be clued in before we go out there? Before we announce something like wrestle votes, for example?
No.
Yes. Yes.
Certain people are, but not everybody.
The people who needed to know knew. And then we do the announcement because we were ready for it. That the system should have known. Anyway, all of this to say, the Rascals then come out, the three of them, and they say, no, we got to do a match. It's got to be the system versus the Rascals. And then we have a fourth, and nobody understood in that crowd. They had no idea that they were talking about the former Wesley Desmond Xavier. They had no idea his 30 days are up. They had no idea that tonight at Turning Point, all four Rascals are going to compete in a match for the first time ever as a quadro. Is it a trio, quadro, whatever it is, as
quartet.
a quartet. Thank you. I am a musician. The four of them versus the system. That should be fun. But yeah, that was a story beat that just completely woo. Then nobody figured that out.
Nothing matters in this company. Great. Good on Wesley. Good on Desmond Xavier. This was an obvious landing spot for him after this. It's like, it kind of sucks for him, honestly, because he's making less in TNA, and this is where they were going to put him anyway, because they clearly didn't have plans for him on NXT. I mean, he was being used in TNA with Rascal stuff, and now they're just going to, I guess, reunite after all the turn and everything. I don't know. Didn't they reunite? Maybe they did reunite after the turn. Their story is completely muddy.
They never reunited. No.
Did they not? After they did the whole turn?
They did the match at Slammiversary last year, but Myron wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
Myron, and this was the thing with the interview I did with Trey that never aired. Well, apparently you do if you're a member over on the main channel. Anyway, that interview, we talked about how the four of them have never worked together. It's always been three.
Right. But remember, Wes turned on them.
Yes.
And then they did the big feud with Wentz. Did they not reunite after that? Or am I just completely misremembering things? No, I didn't think they did, but I thought maybe they did because...
I think you're thinking about the fact that Myron came in and just became the third.
No. I'm not thinking. I'm legitimately not. I know Myron came in and became the third. I know they did the turn with Wesley, and then they did the feud with Wentz. For some reason, I thought that it was possible that Wesley and Wentz and Trey they just reunited randomly earlier this year. Apparently they didn't, which good. But now they are going to reunite, even though the last time we saw them, they were feuding with each other and they turned their back. But, brothers fight and whatever. So,
sure.
Right, sure.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
None of it matters. It just of all the companies that do all dumb shit, TNA does the dumbest to make you just know that none of this stuff matters. I'll give you another. Kalani Jordan is a heel, allegedly. Who's she feuding with? The only heels they got in the Knockouts division.
So this was fantastic. They bring her out, or they do a backstager, her and Gia Miller. And Kalani is a bad guy because she's wearing all black. But she's not, because she's facing Heather by Elegance tonight, or last night, and she's facing Maggie Lee and by Elegance tonight at Turning Point. And the whole thing is Kalani being like, oh, they're so snaky. I wish I could face Ash, but unfortunately she was my mentor and I just can't face her and I feel so bad. And I'm like, you're a heel. You are a bad guy. You should be you shouldn't be facing any of these women. And if you are, you shouldn't be defaulting to she was my mentor and I miss and love her. And then the baby faces show up. It's Lang Lee and Zaya Brookside and Mara Sade. And they're like, we know what happened. You got kicked out of your locker room. Well, you have a place with us after helping us at Showdown and showing that you're a good person. And Kalani's like, Fuck all y'all. You ain't champion. None of you are champions. You'll never be champions. Go away, the losers. And Zia Lee, Ling Lee, just starts spouting off in Mandarin. And then for some reason, Zia Brookside understands her, but also doesn't, because she says what she's trying to say is, see you next Tuesday. Get it? NXT. And everyone's like, get the fuck off the screen. Everybody get off the screen now. And then later on, that was the heel turn. So Kalani had a match against Heather by Elegance, and that was a terrible match. Not good at all. The finish was botched completely. And yes, we used botched here because it was not good. They messed something up bad. Kalani got the win, and now they got to do it with Maggie. By the way, I said this on the post show. I'll say it again. Maggie by Elegance should not be allowed to wear heels around her other stablemates because she makes them look like they're 3 foot tall. Granted, Heather is like 4'9", but still, it's so funny watching the height discrepancy between these two.
I'll pass that along when I get through the door.
Well, you're gonna be the tallest one. You'll be the tallest one in the group. It'll be fine.
I guess so. Yeah, but I'll tell her, like, hey, you can't wear heels. Like, you're making me look a little bit shorter than I actually am. No, we can't have that around here.
All about it. My God. Anyway, hey, in about 10 minutes, we're scheduled to be joined by our pal Vinny Pacifico. He's going to talk about his latest work with Big Boom AJ and the Boom family, the Justice. We're going to pitch him Ring of Justice. I think that's what we need to do.
Ring of Justice. Okay.
Yeah, sure. the Ring of Honor is also Ring of Justice, where the entire Justice family hold the titles in Ring of Honor.
I gotta do a
yes, let's talk about this.
Boom video, apparently.
Yeah, what is it? Lip syncing to the new song that they did?
Is that what it is? I was gonna write my own thing. That's what I was gonna do.
I don't know what it is. I watched it once and I was like, oh, we don't have to do this. And you're like, I think I have to do this.
Yeah, I mean, of course I do. Come on now. Like, so they're doing this gimmick where you like do a video and you win a trip to Full Gear, the Boom family. So it's like you have to
win a trip to Jersey. Because that's just what you want. You win a trip to New Jersey.
Yeah. I'd probably give mine away. I'd be like, does anybody else want it?
Hey Kate, what are you up to?
But like, you get to sit in the suite with the Boom family, though.
See, that's probably the most okay part of it. But if you got to get your ass to Jersey willingly, come on.
Yeah. But see, they say like you got to record a video using their song and say why you want to go to AEW. So like, I thought I gotta like remix it and write my own lyrics, which is fine. I'll do that. But I also need to. I think I'm gonna do that anyway because they don't give you a lot of time with this. This was announced yesterday, and Full Gear's next week. Like, you gotta like make plans here for this thing. But I'll write my lyrics this weekend, and I'll do the video. I'll do it on air or something. We'll figure it all out. But I'm gonna do this. I figured all out how it works, but I'm gonna bring the Boom and go to Full Gear and hang out with Big Justice and Big Boom
and Mama Justice and Lady Justice and Justice Be Served.
Yeah,
flights are very pricey right now. I did try to look at them to go.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if I gotta pay for my own travel, I ain't going. I don't want to go to. I don't care to go to this show that much to like lose money on it. You know, if they're paying for everything, fine. Then I'll go. Then I'll go do all this stuff. But I ain't paying to go to New Jersey just to watch a wrestling show. I don't like wrestling that much.
How long is that? How long is that drive?
Let's see. Prudential Center. Let's see.
Yeah.
I don't want to drive. Like, I don't want to drive to New Jersey. That seems like a terrible drive.
No, that's terrible. Nobody wants to drive there.
Prudential Center is what is it dining? I'm not dining at the Prudential Center.
It is a 6.5 hour drive for you.
I don't know if I believe you. Oh, it says 7.
Just as well.
Yeah, it says 7. Yeah, that's a long drive to just go there to watch a wrestling show that I can watch at home.
But then you get to go to the press conference afterwards.
I definitely don't want to do that.
You get to ask Tony about Jack Harlow again.
I mean, I already got the answer to that. I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be cool to, hang out with the Boom family and everything. But I don't want to drive. I don't feel great about flying right now with everything going on. So I don't know. Like, is AEW gonna send a limo for me? Like,
that'd be great.
Yeah, tell Tony to send the jet, and then we're all good. But again, like I gotta get like my own hotel and everything. I don't want to do any of that. I don't want to pay for this. Is the whole thing.
So, where is the Big Boom AJ contest? Does anyone have the official? Oh, here we go.
It's on Instagram.
No, it's not. Okay, I thought I found I thought I found something on AEW's website, but they don't have it listed.
No, it's just on Instagram.
So you don't get the terms?
No, it just says sit with us in our suite, one winner and a guest at random. Why is it at random?
Why is this? It's just if they like you. It's a vibe thing. It's like, hey, we saw you across at the bar.
I don't wait. Hold on. Why are they picking this? Like you just submit your video and they pick one randomly. That's no fun.
Now you just have to make the most like puppy dog-eyed video you can think of. You have to
like
12 kids together and send it directly to them. Be like, don't show this, but here are my children. Please do it for me and for them, but mostly for me.
I don't like that the winner gets picked at random. That anybody could submit a video then, and then they just pick a random person.
They're gonna pick some dude who's just on the toilet.
Like I'm putting art into this. I'm gonna create my own song out of this to explain why I should go to Full Gear. You're not gonna dismiss that to pick somebody who's just lip syncing to the Boom song. Get out of here.
All right, I think I know what the first thing we're gonna do when Vinny gets here is we're gonna get him to endorse you for this video. Because if we're gonna do it, we got to do it with someone who's worked with the Booms.
What will be chosen at random? Nah, fuck this contest now. Nah,
No, we got to get the endorsements. We got to get the endorsements, and then the randomizer won't be so random.
Okay,
you're back.
All right, as I was saying, fuck this contest. If they're just choosing somebody at random, that's no fun. If you're just gonna, that's just a random drawing. That's dumb. No. Again, I'm trying to create art out here, telling this random bullshit.
Ken saying Mr. Elegance would make the drive.
Oh, Mr. Elegance cannot breach his contract by going to an AEW event when he signed to TNA. Well, they frown upon that.
Wear a mask or something and don't get caught on the hard cam with your face or putting up your name on the chyron on the lower third.
They would frown upon all of that. I don't know if I'm gonna do it now. I'll do it just for the bit's sake, but I am now miffed and peeved that it is a random drawing and not, hey, who created the best video? Joel could create a video and win. There, you want to go to Full Gear, Joel?
No, I don't.
Create the video.
I don't. I saw Full Gear. It was on Wednesday.
It's Blood and Guts.
It's the same thing. He gave me matches with a bunch of gimmicks and stakes and blood. It was the same thing. Good show though. I enjoyed Blood and Guts.
Okay, I did too.
Yeah, you know what the best part was?
What?
FTR talking to Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Yeah.
You know why it was the best? Because Ric Flair wasn't on my TV.
Yeah, but like the fact that he's like injured and stuff, like that part sucks. Like it would have been funny if he just no showed and was like, nah, I ain't selling for these dudes. I want to get my chops in. I want to get some eye pokes in. Like I want to bump and everything. Not sell, but I want to bump out here. And they're like, oh, Rick, we can't let you do that. And he's like, all right, well, fuck this. I'm out. Like the fact that he's like legitimately injured, that part sucks.
Rick, you got 3 minutes. The hell I do. And he just walks right out. Hey man, I don't think it's fun to be injured either, but also who knows how he got it. So it's Ric Flair. Anything could have happened.
Probably just took a bump, you know?
Yeah, it's where he did it. Anyway, you know what? We don't talk too much about Blood and Guts. I know you guys talked about it, but I do think both matches delivered. I did like that they used the Moxley and Kyle O'Reilly story as kind of the bookends for Blood and Guts. And I get that Darby's still a part of it and doing the whole like I'm going to destroy you from the inside type of thing. I get that. The setup was what it was. But at least having Kyle O'Reilly tap out Moxley, like it plays into the story with Moxley and his giving up quickly when he has no support, and the idea that Kyle could get something out of this is intriguing. I hope they try to do something with Kyle O'Reilly. Don't really care at this point, but I did like that it played out well, and that they spent, just like the residencies, how they try to focus on one person to build through a story. They kind of spent the last 3 weeks building Kyle O'Reilly through the story, and that's good. And they did it with a story that's not on Full Gear, so we don't have to worry about, what's Moxley going to do going into Full Gear, because the answer right now is nothing, because he doesn't have a match at Full Gear as of right now. He'll probably have some sort of, 4-person or, quadro match, a quartet match, but it was good. It was fun.
Yeah, that was a good show.
Our guest is here. If he's ready for us, he can give me a thumbs up. He lives here. He's been here for the last hour just listening to us talk about everything. So we'll get his thoughts on everything. We've seen him a billion times, and so have you. And where have you seen him? Recently, you've seen him with the Big Boom family on the internet. He's going to tell us about everything he's been up to. We're very happy to welcome back to the show the one and only Vinny Pacifico. Hello.
How you doing, guys? Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming. How you feeling?
Yesterday was wild. We just wrapped up day 1 of filming Fragmented Mind, a horror anthology, and it was a really, really good day. And I left the set, and I said, "This is one of the best days of my life, honestly." Saturday, I'm wrestling Pro Wrestling Magic, and I will be teaming with Cheeseburger. So a lot of really fun things going on right now, and I'm very lucky to be doing what I'm doing.
Do you guys have a tag team name, by the way?
So the ring announcer messaged me at like 1 a.m. last night asking me what I thought about his name. So I was trained by Ring of Honor originally with him, but like then as he trained me, but then Ring of Honor Dojo switched to Baltimore at the time, and then he made his dojo the Worldwide Dojo. So our team was like the Worldwide Dojo Originals possibly, or like the Worldwide Dojo. I forgot the name, what he said. But it was like, I think the Originals or the OGs. And I think, that could be a pretty cool name. Why not?
I would just call you the Energy Burgers, but that's just me.
That's even better, to be honest. I don't even know why I didn't think of that.
Yeah, you gotta work. I mean, his name is Cheeseburger. You gotta get something with the cheese or the burger in there.
No, you're right. You're very much right. I got to put some thought to it, but I like that. I like your suggestions. How are you guys doing?
Doing well. Can you give us more insight on the horror anthology that you're doing?
Yeah. So I did my first, like I've been doing a bunch of different movies throughout the whole year. Been very lucky to be able to do that stuff. But I did a horror film. It was, when was it? Last September. It was September of 2 months ago, and with Xander Goldman. It was called Crimson Harvest. Actually, I have the poster right here, just sitting on my Crimson Harvest, and it was a really, really fun time. I played a evil detective, and it was just such a really, really cool opportunity to play a different character that I'm used to playing when I do actually film. I do some, and it went really well. I met a lot of great people. Other directors were there, and started to snowball effect, and other films are coming my way, and it's just growing and growing into a really cool situation where I could do, wrestle every week and movies every week. You know what I mean? I'm constantly always busy, and I love the opportunity to be that busy, right? And so it snowballed into meeting more people, and I went to a horror con, met some more directors, and it's just been snowballing on all fronts.
You've been nonstop out here in the movie game. What's been the secret to grinding through the movies? Because wrestlers will grind for a booking to wrestle, but you've been out here acting.
So I think I would tell you that I in my opinion, it goes hand in hand. I'm constantly always hustling for bookings, getting on. That's the wrestling game. You gotta consistently reach out, consistently hit the road, consistently fly, consistently do these things for wrestling. And for film, a lot of the film stuff has been local to me so far. Some of it was in Florida, some of it LA, but it's been pretty local to where I'm able to kind of show face here and there when I'm available, and it usually leads to talking about what I've done, talking about wrestling, talking about all these things, and then they're able to see, okay, you're not just an actor, you're also a wrestler. We could utilize you for stunts, we could utilize you for this, and I think I've impressed in my first role playing a horror villain in Crimson Harvest. I believe that I impressed, and that has really led to more and more opportunities. I had a scene where I had like a whole monologue and just talked to the family that was in the house that we were filming in, and I think the scene went really well, and I think that's what's leading me to more and more stuff. And then yesterday I had a scene where we were at a table having dinner, talking about um, so it's an anthology about kind of we're all veterans post-war and we're going through psychological issues, and I had to get myself in that mode and be able to play that character. The name was John Hook, and just being able to adapt to different roles has been something that I've really enjoyed doing. So I think that's kind of how it's working for me, where, okay, you wrestle and that's great, and you can do stunts and that's great, but now let's see how you are as an actor playing different roles. And so far, I think I've been doing pretty decent to where I'm able to make opportunities happen.
Is there anything you've taken from the world of acting, and then when you get in the ring or do your promos or anything like that, that you kind of utilize there?
Yes, but I would say I use a lot of my wrestling into my
Okay.
acting, right? I would say that over the years, I played a lot of different characters. Like, of course, Vinny Power Punch character is me turned up, but I have to play that character occasionally heel. Got to play it certain different situations, and I've been able to utilize different personalities for my main character that I portray. Right, so I utilize that into my acting, and I think that is kind of what's helped me out a lot. Right, and I think a lot of wrestlers. Can do this as well. I believe it's not easy, but I believe that a lot of wrestlers have the ability to be able to do what they want to do if they want to do more and do both.
All right, this is a very important question. How the hell did you end up working with Big Boom AJ?
Oh my gosh! So we did a few skits. I believe it was last year, and I was in Florida just hanging out. I did a tour. I wrestled in Berlin, Frankfurt, Germany, and then Dubai. And then I had a booking CCW in Florida the following week. So I'm this is my first week I'm home. I've been gone for over a month. I was in Florida, in Miami. I hit up to AJ, see how he's doing. We chat here and there, and I'm like, why don't we just shoot some content? He's like, great idea, Vinny. Let's do it. We had a lot of really fun ideas. We have one more skit that I'm gonna probably put out later today. Uh, just such fun stuff, and I think again that's something that I believe a lot of wrestlers could do and have been doing. Richard Holiday, who else? Ben Bishop, really grabbing their character and utilizing it for everything: skits, promos, vignettes, all these different things. So I've tried to utilize that same strategy, like I've been doing for years, and just utilizing it in everything and using what I have in front of me. So I was hanging out with AJ. We talked, we texted, and he's like, "Let's do some skits. I have some ideas. You have some ideas. Let's do it." And I think that is what's happening nowadays in the wrestling landscape, is where a lot of talent are utilizing social media and their charisma to really crank it up to the next level. Like Richard Holiday and Ben Bishop, those guys are
Stop
absolutely
saying
killing it.
stop saying Ben Bishop's name. No.
Okay.
I got too much heat with Ben
Oh, you do?
Bishop. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We're enemies, so
Okay.
you mention him one more time, I got to kick you off the show, Vinny.
No more. But Richard Holiday, I will say, I love him. I love Richard Holiday.
We got no problem with Richard Holiday. He's fine. Ben Bishop, fuck him.
Got a battle by elegance going on over here. So safe to say that you and AJ are close pals, right?
Pretty cool. Yeah. Great dude, and great family.
We need your help.
Shoot.
You see, there's this thing, there's this TikTok challenge that he's doing where he is inviting someone to sit with him in his suite with the entire Justice family at AEW Full Gear.
Okay.
Jeremy is going to make a video. We could use your endorsement
Okay.
to ensure that Jeremy does in fact get to sit with the booms.
I could definitely put the word in.
You want to
Nice.
say it now, and we're just going to clip it?
Okay.
Say, I'm Vinny Pacifico, and I endorse Jeremy Lambert for this.
I'm Vinny Pacifico, and I endorse Jeremy Lambert to be put in the amazing suite of the booms.
There we go. We appreciate it.
is.
I'm
No,
still mad at I'm mad at this contest. It's a random winner. I'm gonna make like a really good video because
Nice.
I'm exceptional. And then they're just gonna pick a random winner, somebody who makes like a trash video. Like they'll pick Ben Bishop's video or something, even though he doesn't do anything important. Ben Bishop's probably messaging Vinny right now, and that's why his screen went blank.
You gotta call her a notification,
Yeah,
and then when he
Ben's-
comes back, his audio is gonna be all messed up. We
Yeah.
know how this goes. Are you back?
I apologize. I had a phone call come in.
Was it Ben Bishop being
I lost
like,
you guys.
yeah, there we go.
One moment.
It always happens.
We know how StreamYard works.
Yeah, people gotta like turn off their phones when they're doing this, like silence all notifications.
It's amazing.
Or something.
There we go. So we got the Justice family to you got the endorsement. You're gonna be going to Full Gear now. It's gonna happen.
I'm just gonna pass that off to somebody else. Like, what's the the showcase showdown? Like, I'm gonna pass that to
Guys,
the next person.
Sorry, guys.
All right.
What a pain in the ass. I have my phone on Do Not Disturb. That means they gotta call me twice. I don't answer once, and it goes to voicemail. Don't call me again.
So we're used to this by now because we've
Yeah.
had multiple people who they come in on their phones. It's fine, and
Yeah.
we get a notification. We see the screen turn black, and we're like, "Oh yeah, no, they're gonna have to jump off, come back on."
Look, listen, if I call somebody and it goes to voicemail, I ain't calling back unless I really gotta get the person.
It's an
Right?
emergency, exactly. In this
That
case,
phone call I got was not an emergency. It was
Was it Ben Bishop calling, be like, "Don't let these dorks bury
Yes.
me"?
yes. And
Well,
how totally is.
my new favorite thing is I assume, are you using an iPhone?
Yes.
So the new iOS has the spam filter option where when you make the call, it screens the call and says who's calling, and if you don't tell them, then the call gets pushed directly to voicemail. But if you say it, sometimes they just assume that it's also a robot and they just push it to voicemail.
Really?
Yes,
That's new.
I've had people who legitimately are on the other line call and then have to call again because they couldn't trip the system.
That's wild. I never heard of that yet. That's pretty cool.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know if I
it's the
updated it
worst.
yet.
I still leave it on just for shits and giggles. Once in a while, I'll get a call. It'll be like, my mom tried to call, but because she couldn't get through.
Oh my gosh. And then like, oh, that's funny.
If
Yeah,
they're in
I got the
contact book,
update.
you're fine.
Your mom doesn't call you, Joel. She doesn't
That's
want to be
true.
associated
Oh
with
my
you.
gosh.
Can't blame her. That's fine. She was here for a week last week. It's okay.
Vinny, have you had any good candles lately?
Oh my gosh. So I transitioned from the candle game. And I still have candles. I still got
Oh,
all my
no.
candles.
This is the most heartbreaking news I've heard all week.
But I still have a lot of them. I still utilize them. But I went to Disney. And I had the best time. And if you notice, when you're in Disney, they have really good scents, right? You walk into a place, Christmas place, it's got a certain scent. You go into a ride, the Pirates Caribbean, they got a really good the pirate water scent is like that's how Disney's. If you're a Disney fan, you know what I'm saying. And so I got an ad come up for like Disney park and ride hand soaps. Most of them are already used. I had a podcast where I did show them. I got like 20 of them, and it was really, really, they got some really good stuff. I got like the contemporary scent. I got the French Riviera scent. I got Pirates of the Caribbean scent. Star Wars. It's been really that's kind of been my collector's item right now, and I use them too to wash my hands and stuff. Hand soaps.
I'm curious about this rub that you found, the pumpkin spice barbecue rub.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I just find things and I'm like, yo, why do I find this? But I find a lot of really cool things. It was very good, by the way. It was very good. And low carbohydrates, so I could utilize how much I want of it as much as I can. But yeah, so Disney's fun. I've been really enjoying going to Disney and just watching some Disney films. It's been a lot of my I'm a big fan of Pirates of the Caribbean. So
What does Pirates of the Caribbean smell like?
Oh my gosh. like I said, if wrestling fans, if they're also Disney fans, they know that they know. Pirate water, it smells like cannon and like fire burning and like gunpowder from like the cannons. But it's like really, if you're on the ride and you're chilling and you're going down the boat ride, you feel at peace.
How about Star Wars?
Oh, the best. I love Star Wars so much. Like I could just go for the Millennium Falcon and just stand there for like an hour and just stare at it.
Did you stay in the hotel that was short lived?
No, I didn't.
No.
I'm a new Disney fan. My wife got me into it. I wasn't always a Disney fan. I mean, I always loved Star Wars and Pirates of the Caribbean, Indiana Jones, all that stuff. But I never went to the park so much. And I went with my wife one year. We filmed the movie last February, and to celebrate, we all went to Disney. And it was really fun, really really fun stuff. Hollywood Studios with Star Wars Land. You got the Indiana Jones. You got, oh my gosh, there's so much to do. It's so much to do. You have no time to even do everything.
Yeah, I was talking with my family last weekend, my in-laws, and they're like, "Oh, you should take I've got a 3-year-old." And they're like, "Oh, you should take him to Disney." And we're like, "He doesn't have a TV. He doesn't watch Disney movies, but also, like, Disney now is not what it was even like 15 years ago. Now you got to hire somebody to effectively show you around and get you in all the places you need to go, and then
Exactly.
you can get the ride pass, but then you got to get like ride pass plus, where you set in the line for a little bit less time, and then there's like ride whatever ultra plus.
There's so much different stuff.
It's ridiculous.
And it's like I go and I'm like, damn, I'm gonna do Tron, I'm gonna do Space Mountain, I'm gonna do Star Wars, and I'm also gonna do this. And really, like, Tron is like 120 minutes in times. Then you got Star Wars, which is like 90 minutes. That's like 3 hours or 4 hours gone out of your day. You know what I'm saying?
5-minute
getting
ride.
the pass is usually best.
That's the wait. You got to wait that long to be on these rides?
Some of the rides go like 60 minutes, 80 minutes. Yeah.
You can watch the entire movie that you're going to the ride for
Yep.
in the lineup before you get on the ride.
Did they play
Very
the
true.
movie like when you're in line?
I usually, what I do, like, I remember last, I was waiting to go on Snow White Mine Train. It's a really fun roller coaster. I was watching the Bills game during it.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, come on, Josh Allen. And then, we lost. But, oh well.
Must have been a playoff game.
It was last, yeah. No, actually, they won that game. What game was it? Who did they play last year in the playoffs?
I think they lost to the Chiefs.
Before
They
the Chiefs.
beat
Ravens.
Yeah, they beat the Ravens.
That
Yeah.
was the game I watched while I was
Okay.
sitting online waiting to go on that ride.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty good memory. Damn.
Hey,
But
you gotta play the movies at the lines that long.
They got
I
something.
always remember the South Park episode where he gets Cartman Land. He's like, you gotta buy a ticket to stay in a line to wait in line, and that's I guess the fast pass thing. I haven't been to a theme park since my ex broke up with me at Disney, so I got PTSD anytime I
What?
go to a theme park.
Well, I
Oh, yeah.
apologize for bringing it up. But I do want to.
Oh no, I don't care. It's fine.
There's one honorable mention that I want to mention. So we went to Germany. I had some shows in Germany, and there's a park called the Europa Park in Germany. It's in Rust, Germany. It's basically Epcot, which is like the food and wine and all that stuff, times 10. So it's every single European country as Epcot, basically, but it's not Disney related. And there's incredible rides. There's a ride. It's a Nikola Tesla ride, and it's cool. I forgot. It's the Voltron, I think it is. I couldn't walk getting off that ride. It was the most wild theme park I've ever been to in my entire life. I would say maybe even way crazier than Disney, obviously, because the rides are just like out of this world. But the craziest theme park I've ever been to in my life.
Oh, they might let me in for free because they owe me reparations.
Who, Europa Park?
The Germans.
Oh my gosh.
I had to. I regret nothing.
No regrets.
Jeremy, take us home, would you?
Well, my last one for you, Vinny. I know you're a candle guy. You mentioned hand soaps. Have you ever checked out Serenity by Jan?
No. What is that?
You just got to check it out, Vinny. I'm not going to spoil anything for you. Check out Serenity by Jan. See what she is doing.
Okay.
You can get a nice flat screen TV in your home with her as well. But she does candles Might be getting into the soap game. It's a pretty lucrative business that she's
Really?
running. Yeah, runs it all out of her home as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I would say like if you have like, if I have a business with soaps, candles, your house will never smell bad, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, but no, I candles have been always a really good thing to have. I feel like because it's just you walk in the house. What vibe do you want? Do you want to smell like Christmas? Okay, cool. Do you want to smell like a coffee shop? Cool. So it's always been something fun that I would do in my pastime.
I got my wife a leather candle for our anniversary.
I had that one.
Yeah.
How is it? I never used it. How is it?
It wasn't bad. I don't think it was bad. I don't know. It seems like it was
great.
fun when she
I have
used
it
it.
right,
Yeah.
I have it right next to me.
Yeah, it was
great.
our third anniversary, and so that's like the leather anniversary. So I found this candle that was called leather. So I was like, oh, here you go. Here's a leather candle.
Why not? Right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it worked.
it worked, right?
Yeah.
I like I had that one right there next to me. I have a tree one, but it's not like Christmas tree. It's just regular tree, and I wonder how it is.
Burn it right now. Let's burn candles on the air.
You think so?
Yeah.
Let's do
Why
it.
not?
Why not? We'll get our smaller
What else are we doing today?
Oh,
Hold on. Let's see what I got.
We're gonna live candle burning here.
that's
With
right.
Vinny. Look, oh, he's bringing out the whole chest here.
I was
Yeah.
like, I hope that's not.
You thought that was a candle? That would have been great if that's just one giant candle.
So I got this one was a wedding gift, wedding magic.
Okay.
No, midnight magic. Sorry,
Okay.
don't know what that one is, but it's nice. We got decorating the tree right here. Pick one, guys. What are you thinking? Reflection and clarity. I might need some of that.
All right,
Leather.
I'm gonna get. All right, you want to burn your? I'll get my leather, and we can burn leather together.
Let's do it.
All right.
Snow-covered trees.
All right, hold on. I think my lovely wife is bringing me the leather candle here.
Ooh, cozy Halloween night. I'm gonna put this one to the side. So we'll use that one soon.
I thought we already did Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween's over. All
Unless
right.
from a kid, at which point he's asking when it's coming again.
Candy corn. That one I'm putting
Ooh.
aside. So.
That's either
Yeah.
really good or trash, depending on your taste. All right, here's my leather candle,
Let's see.
everybody.
Wait, this is heavy as shit.
Dude has a picnic
It's a
basket.
bunch of it's a
candles.
picnic basket of candles.
Oh wait,
Are
wrong
you-
one.
Do you got yours?
No, wait, I actually got the wrong one. Hold on.
Oh, come on, Vinny.
Yeah, we go. Leather.
All right.
Let's see it. Where's the candle?
All
There.
right.
Oh,
My
wait,
wife
here.
is- Give me a lighter.
Leather by
Thank you.
elegance. Vinny
All right,
also goes like, "Oh wow, you're both using barbecue lighters. Good for you."
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
wow, we're like a tag team.
All right.
Let's see. Honey, I'm lighting a candle. Leather flavor.
I love that Jeremy's. You can hear someone's listening to this in the
Oh yeah,
back.
my lovely wife has the show on, and it's echoing through here. Yeah.
Not bad.
There we go. You like it?
Why is yours?
Why's mine what?
Let me see yours.
It's a different color. Yeah, mine's
Nice.
like a tan color.
Nice.
Yeah. I got it
That's
from
nice.
the Hallmark store. That's where I got
That's
mine.
nice.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I didn't know this would be that nice. I thought leather would be a little bit more like, leather. But this is like a nice
It's
I
like a-
want this.
Yeah, it's like a velvet leather almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, what a podcast you just had, huh?
Don't let
Just
anyone
burning
tell us-
candles.
Don't let anyone tell us we're not sensitive, strong people.
This
Okay.
is fine. I got it. All right, Vinny. Let everybody know where they can find you out. What you got going on, Vinny?
Oh my gosh, so much going on. Movies, wrestling, a lot of travels, really fun stuff going on. A lot of potential major brand deals in the works that are really, really fun. That we're working on. But so Saturday I got Magic, Wrestling Magic. I'm tag team with Cheeseburger. On Tuesday, I will be wrestling for Championship Wrestling from Hollywood in California, TV tapings against Fidel Bravo. That's going to be really fun. 22nd, I'm going to be in Delaware. And then the rest of the year, San Diego, I got California again. And December 7th, I make my debut in Costa Rica for RWA. And I'm really excited for that one. That's I have heard nothing but good things about that company. And yeah, it's a lot of just plugging away, nonstop wrestling, traveling. Costa Rica in 3 weeks. and I actually have a major collaboration that I'm going to be announcing hopefully pretty soon with actually something we discussed on the show. Well, I can't announce it yet, but stay tuned. A lot of really fun stuff going on, and I'm very lucky, and I'm very grateful for every fan who tunes in. And you can follow me on Instagram at Vinny Pacifico, TikTok Vinny Pacifico, and Twitter Vinny Pacifico1. Boom.
Appreciate you, Vinny. Tell Ben Bishop we said suck it, and
Will do.
good luck with everything.
Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you.
Thanks,
Have a good day,
buddy.
guys.
You
Thank
too.
you for having me.
Oh, the one and only Vinny Pacifico. You know what his news is? He's joining the Boom family. You heard it here first.
Oh,
It's going to
I hope
become
so.
Vinny Boomcifico.
He gave me an endorsement as well. I'm just getting endorsements all over the place this week.
As he should.
Yeah.
As he should. Next, we're going to get Mike Santana to endorse you, and then we're going to be like, never mind, no thanks.
We're gonna get who?
Mike Santana.
Oh, my internet's just fucking up.
He's just going to say, we just lost you for a second. Are you still here? Are you gone? Oh, no, he's dead. He's dead, Jim. Well, at least we got through most of the
And have
show.
no.
You're back.
I once again have no idea who you said.
Mike Santana.
Oh, okay.
And then I
What's
said
he
it
gonna
won't
endorse
matter.
me for?
Well, nothing, because we're going to then throw it in the trash because it'll only last for about 3 seconds.
Okay, yeah.
Poor Mike. He'll be mid sentence and he'll be like, "Oh, my wrist."
That shit was so dumb. So hilarious that whole cell. Dude, I know Santana wasn't gonna do this, but I really want to know like what Santana's thoughts are when they pit like his truth serum thoughts when they pitched him this whole thing. You know, like there's no way he thought this was a good idea of that's what you want me to sell, like this is what we're going to do. I know you can give the trust the process and like we're telling stories and the money's not like you can give that answer, but there's no way he actually thought this was a good idea and like this made him look any good. I just don't believe that.
He knows, and he saw the blowback, and he was probably like, "Exactly." No, when he was told, he was probably like, "I want to go call Ortiz, and I'm going to tell him I'm sorry."
Nah, I mean, then he wouldn't be on television at all, unfortunately.
That's
so,
true.
yeah.
Oh, what a night that was! What a night. Anyway, thanks to Vinny Pacifico for joining us. Always a fun chat.
I appreciate Vinny.
Absolutely. Didn't realize that he's a recent Disney guy, but I guess that makes sense because if you're a wrestler, you got to be a Disney guy.
Yeah. If you're a wrestler in Florida, like, I guess that's like all you do is
Just insane.
go to Disney.
Oh man, what else do we have to talk about? Was there anything else from TNA that we need to talk about that was funny as hell? The whole show was just a big old laugh riot.
And the whole show was hilarious. Where does this go? Like Kazarian
to the trash
is the champion. Do you think like this ends with Lexis King being the TNA champion?
No, you got to think bigger than that. Robbie E finally gets his world title.
Nah, I think Lexis King is the end game here. He's the true king. He's the one and only king.
The king of TNA. He's going to face the other king of TNA. They're going to face off in the battle of the TNA kings.
Yeah. Oh, so they're doing the king's speech tonight, right? Lexis King is going to interrupt this thing. Like there can only be one true king of TNA. He said, I'm going to keep a close eye on this main event. And then the main event ends with Lexis King interfering. But he takes out everybody. He just beats up Santana, Kazarian, Nemeth, and Macklin. And Lexis King stands tall to close TNA Turning Point. And he's the new face of TNA. And Genesis will be a triple threat match between Santana, Kazarian, and Lexis King. And Lexis King stacks both of them to win the title.
But there's one more king that he's got to face.
King.
I was thinking about Kenny, although I do, I like Kenny King. No, Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho.
Was he the king of?
Remember in 2002, he was the king of my world.
Oh.
He had that song by Saliva.
Oh, yeah, sure.
He was the king. And Jericho's all about playing the hits.
Yeah, Jericho ain't working this stuff. I want to know Jericho's thoughts on how the show looked last night in comparison to Dynamite.
Well, no.
this week.
Remember, you gotta remember, Chris Jericho doesn't have time to actually watch Impact because there are only so many hours in the day.
Yeah.
Those were his words as well. He loved Bound for Glory. Does not care about weekly TNA taping, which is honestly like that's why we've scaled
Fair.
back to doing a pay-per-view only when we talk about TNA. We do the weeklies, but we do not do the plus shows. We gave up on the plus shows because they started going to markets where they're like, we're going to start at the local 8 p.m. and that's like 11 o'clock here, and we're like, it's not happening.
Yeah.
Not for a potential
I hate
singular
that.
title change. Not happening.
I hate when they do that. Like when they run the show on the West Coast and like, oh, the show starts at 10. Like, why? No one wants to watch your show at 10.
It started 5. I went to an indie on Monday, or sorry, on Sunday, and they ran at 5. And guess what? They were done at 7, and it ruled. I was home before 9:30. I was home before 9. That's amazing. That's the night you can go off and do anything you want with your friends. You can come home and vibe and go to bed. Like, dude, run in the afternoon. You can run in the late afternoon to the evening. You'll be okay, TNA. You can start it. You don't have to worry about whether or not people are going to show up because guess what? They either are or they're not. And last night, a lot of those photos seem to indicate that they did not. Buddy, when David Penzer is pointing out the empty seats, you know something's wrong. And even I was like, yeah, the jib kept getting all the empty seats. I'm like, do people just not show up on time? Because like there's a bunch of empty seats in the front rows here. What are we doing here? Not great.
Yeah. Well,
but it's
they're at
okay.
full
I'm
sale.
sure Ross will let us know that they didn't comp anybody except for 20%.
It's the number 2 promotion in America, Joel. It's tough times right now. You know what I mean?
TNA.
It's tough times.
Just put it behind the paywall. I mean me.
You're gonna be behind the paywall.
Just announce the new deal so I can get behind the paywall and do the show when I feel like it. Treat it like the Weekender. Just do it like Jensen did the Weekender. Just talk about it and then move on.
Yeah.
They were at the merch stand. That's true. They were waiting for the Hardys meet and greets when the show started.
Do they still do the loudest fan gimmick?
That's funny because our pal Mr. Jacob Cohen, who was at the show, so this was also really funny. Jacob is actually front row for these shows, and he's opposite Hardcam, so I'm like staring at him, reacting to everything. And another buddy of ours who's with him who came in, he was at the shows, and I'm like, I'm going to spend the next 4 to 5 weeks looking at Jacob and my buddy's reactions to everything. I don't think they do Rowdiest Fan anymore, but Jacob likes to joke that they do. I don't think they do.
You mentioned the Hardys. I got beef with Matt Hardy.
As you should.
I like Matt. Yeah, Matt's always been kind. He's not the only person who says stuff like this. So it's not just Matt. It's just Matt happened to kind of be the most recent person to say it. And he's talking about, like, for aspiring wrestlers, watch Dominic and Cena, watch the Hardys and Team 3D, and this is the essence of pro wrestling: creating, maximizing emotional investment from your audience. That's what matters, and excelling in the art of pro wrestling, not star ratings or cage match reviews. Again, Matt's not the only person who said, like, all the old time people say this stuff, right? That was Bully's whole thing leading up to this, right?
Oh, 5-star match though, bro. It was a 5-star match. I tell you, everyone was on the feet. They loved every minute of it.
I get what they're trying to say. I don't even fully disagree with what they're trying to say, because I do think too many people just try to do too many moves instead of having some type of an emotional connection with the audience. Like, I do agree with that. My issue is the examples that have been used here. The Hardys and Dudleys have a 20-year history and investment from the audience. What were Jeff and Matt and these guys doing when they were relative unknowns? Doing a bunch of cool moves that everybody attached to. Jeff was jumping off of anything he could find. They were going through tables. They were jumping off of ladders. They were doing really cool moves. John Cena has a 25-year investment with the audience, and it was in Boston. his hometown. Dominic, he's a 30-year pro at this point. These guys got time and equity with the audience that, yeah, the crowd's invested because they've been around for so long. The young guys can't get that investment immediately because the crowd doesn't know who they are. So they have to go out there and do some cool moves and do some flashier stuff. It's like, oh, I like this guy. I like what he's doing. I want to see more of him. And then as you get a little bit out of investment, then maybe you can start to slow down and start to work a different style. I think MVP does a much better job of kind of explaining this to somebody like Will Ospreay. And Ospreay, by all accounts, has been pretty receptive to MVP's feedback. It's like, we know you're good. We know you can do all of this stuff, but you don't need to every single match. Save it for kind of the bigger moments, the bigger matches out there. And, just draw in the emotion for kind of the weekly stuff. And then the pay-per-view, sure, go out there and go all out. I just think it's it's a disingenuous argument to make of like, hey, it's all about emotional investment. It's all about crowd interaction and everything. And the examples you're using are the biggest star of all time, John Cena, if not the biggest, certainly one of, and a tag team rivalry that has spanned 2 decades where one team calls themselves the greatest of all time and another team also has a very similar argument. Yeah, the crowd's invested to those guys. But to say aspiring wrestlers, this is what it's all about. Aspiring wrestlers can't do this. A person with one match can't get that investment. They got to do something else that stands out. And sometimes it is more, you need more of a character. Sometimes you just want to do cool moves, but they got to do something. They can't just like, hey, the crowd's going to react a certain way because we got 20 years, 25 years of investment.
Yeah, I do find it very funny that the guys who spent their entire careers doing the too much are the ones now saying like, you got to get them emotionally invested. That's how they got emotionally invested to you. You did the crazy shit. Do I agree that they should be doing this crazy shit all the time? No, but I do think time and a place, but there's so many ways to quote unquote get over and get fans involved and invested in the work that you do. I do believe in time and a place because we talk about Blood and Guts, and one of the things that kind of hindered the story of Blood and Guts were some of the substitutions that had to be made due to injury. There were people who were supposed to be in the match that had to be replaced at the last minute for one reason or another. So that kind of takes away from being able to tell a fully coherent story. When that happens, I think that sucks. However, there are also people who can continually do this stuff and like pile driver finishes. Like it's how Darby Allin is over. Darby's a freak of nature to begin with. Like he knows how to take care of his body allegedly, so he's been fine and he continues to show up. He climbs a giant ass mountain and he's just like, yeah, it was fine, I guess. You saw a lot of dead people, but like I made it. But at the same time, you stay over because you are that crazy human being, which all wrestlers are inherently insane, but to the level of insanity that differs per wrestler. So no, I think that Matt's not wrong, but Matt also has the privilege of hindsight and a long career where he did all the things that these people are currently doing to get over, and he is the reason why a lot of them emulate his style because he got over. Not everyone is going to be Stone Cold had to break his neck to get over and then change his style to the brawler, and he had a mouth on him that worked too. So there's no right way to do it, but you gotta know time and a place. That is my only concern when it comes to this, is that yes, if you are Will Ospreay, it will catch up to you. If you are Swerve, it will catch up to you. If you're anybody, it can catch up to you. It's all about how you're being booked at the time and how much you're able to give to your current scenario. It's it's the way the business has been for way too long at this point, where you got to just kill yourself to be the guy. And that's when they respect you, is when your body is mangled. And then when you got to go away, they're like, oh, he's just not the same now that he's back from his 10 brain surgeries that he had to go through just to survive the next 3 years. That's kind of the shitty nature of the business too.
Yeah. like there's no right or wrong way to get over. And once you get over, it's all about how you continue to sustain that momentum. And, if possible, sometimes it's out of your control. It's the nature of wrestling, but sustaining that momentum and continuing to build off of that. But again, for aspiring pro wrestlers, it's not about star ratings and cage match ratings, everything. Like, sometimes that's how people find these aspiring pro wrestlers. Honestly, like oh, he has a good star rating on Dave gave him a good star rating. Oh, Dave gave him, or Cage Match gave him a pretty high rating here. Maybe I should check that out. And then you build an audience through that. And then you can hopefully get some emotional investment. And then again, maybe you can slow down your style if you need to or if you want to. But it's just, hey, be over, connect with the audience by being over and having 30 years of equity built up. Yeah, that's difficult. That's difficult for aspiring pro wrestlers.
Yeah, it's really about your positioning. It's really about, again, time and a place. Michael Oku, Man Like Doris, Leon Slater, these are people are talking about. These are wrestlers people are talking about because they bust their ass and they have those crazy matches. And as a result, they're getting recognized now because, like you said, star ratings are getting them noticed. People are talking about them because they see them at indie shows and they're like, I got to see them. You see them at Rev Pro, you see them at their home promotions. Now you start seeing Leon Slater in TNA. Michael Oku's done a bunch of shots with AEW and Ring of Honor. They get noticed, and you got to get noticed somehow. And doing the job well is a pretty good start.
Yeah, Matt Hardy's only over because of John Alba.
That is accurate. That's true. Yeah, it was him. Yeah. This will be a clip. Don't worry.
Okay. Joel.
Yes.
What was your moment of Thursday? This is the first time you've done a moment of the day with me. What was your moment of Thursday, Joel?
The entire 2 hours that I sat down for that, well, it was really an hour and a half because I started a half hour late so I can catch up at the end. That TNA, that episode of TNA, 4 weeks off, the vibes are immaculate. The feelings are high and everyone's like, how are they going to do it? How are they going to get everyone invested into this big finish to 2025? Boy, did they ever do something.
I got to just go with the Kazarian title win, although the NXT team evasion was also very good leading up to it, and no wrestling in the first 40 minutes was also fantastic as well. So I understand going the full 2 hours of TNA, but to cap it off with the Kazarian title win, that might be the moment of the week, much less the moment of the day.
It was a very special moment. I can't think of much else that was better than this.
Yesterday, Joe Hendry signed. I guess that was a thing that happened yesterday.
Yeah, let's talk about that real quick. So,
Okay.
Select during the program had mentioned and sent it out over on Fightful Select that Joe Hendry's TNA days are pretty well over. Sources in TNA confirmed to Fightful Select this week that former TNA that's a typo. Former TNA star Joe Hendry is effectively done with the company in an official capacity. Hendry hasn't been seen in weeks, but he has been featured on NXT TV for quite some time. There's good reason for that. He's officially a WWE superstar. Hendry's not listed internally to appear on this weekend's TNA shows, though people we spoke to said it wouldn't be surprised to see him drop by backstage as he lives in the area. They're in Florida. Hendry was not booked for TNA Bound for Glory and was not backstage, which surprised the number of people we spoke to. WWE sources confirmed that Hendry is effectively full-time with WWE at this point and officially with the company, and he had been someone they wanted to bring in for quite some time. Shawn Michaels had been vocal about how much he liked Joe Hendry and wanted WWE to try to buy out his TNA deal. There were actually a number of months that remained on his TNA deal, but he's now with WWE moving forward. Throughout the process of navigating both companies, Hendry used representation to amicably move forward in his future with WWE. Sports Illustrated John Alba reported this earlier this year that Hendry was expected to join WWE. After last night, I think one can surmise that the smartest man in the room was in fact one Joe Hendry. There is in fact a time for concerts and a time to get the fuck out of TNA and go to another company. Garbage cans be damned. Put me with the hail and I'll pie whoever you want for $30,000. Just get me out of here.
I respect Joe Hendry for getting the bag, and I've made my feelings pretty clear on him over the months that, and really the last year, because when he should have won the title last year, I thought there was something there with them. I thought they missed the boat. I thought his reign was booked terribly. I think there is a ceiling to where he can go. But at the same time, he's carved out a very good niche for himself to where even if he has that ceiling, he's going to continue to have a roof over his head. So, all good for him, honestly.
Yeah, listen, I'm not going to apologize to Joe Hendry. I have no reason to do that. He gets his money, he gets paid, but it comes at the cost of creative. And his creative in TNA was not great, but the opportunities that he has in WWE are big, and at the same time they see him as they see him right now, and it doesn't matter because he gets paid. I've never once said he's not going to get paid. How much that is, don't know, don't care, not up to me. How effective he is on WWE programming, that's up to him and how much they care. So we'll see. But for Joe, it was expected, and I pointed this out to Sean. I said at Victory Road in Edmonton, they gave him his big final farewell at the Victory Road show, and they said he'll always be a part of TNA and da-da-da-da-da. He's a TNA homegrown, all that stuff. And then they had him get written off by Eric Young, which is like the most TNA thing to do from a write-off standpoint, because Eric Young is synonymous with the company. So for me, I was like, okay, yeah, this is it. They didn't have it Bound for Glory. To me, that was it. The only way they could bring him back is if they had put him in the Call Your Shot gauntlet and he got involved through that, but he wasn't. It's done. So Joe moving on to NXT, I think greener pastures for him. It's clearly what he's always wanted to do. He got that WrestleMania moment. Will he get another one? Well, that's up to him and his booking. So we'll see, but good for Joe. Hope he gets a lot of money, and I hope he is treated well and treats others well.
One thing I do want to mention about the NXT team being part of the show last night, and just goes to show how poorly this whole thing was put together. NXT's running live events this weekend, so even if they wanted to use some of their top talent, they're going to be using that talent at their live events. They were in Minnesota last night. They're actually traveling live events. It's not just in Florida. So that talent's not even in Florida. So they didn't even have these talents available to them last night. They're not going to be available to them tonight for Turning Point. If anybody's expecting some big names tonight at Turning Point, which I don't know why you would, but if you were, probably not going to happen, because again, all the top talents working these live events this weekend. It just makes the whole thing feel pointless. Like, why do we need to do this NXT stuff? Honestly,
because it'll put butts in seats, Jeremy.
I mean, not the team they brought in last night.
Not nobody's even close.
Nobody. I mean, look, Trick Williams. I don't know how much he moved the needle. He's one of the top guys in NXT, and I think he helped to an extent. I don't want to fully dismiss Trick Williams. Like they drew some good numbers, and Trick headlined those shows. Whether he was the reason for it or not, you got to give him some credit for being there and being the main event and being on NXT television, which does 500,000-600,000 viewers every week with the TNA title. Like, you got to give some credit to him. You got to give some credit to him for moving tickets and moving numbers and everything. But I don't know, again, how much Trick really moved. These guys aren't moving anything, like nothing. I gotta make a phone call to my lovely wife right fast.
Yeah, no problem. I'm gonna tackle the super chat from Uncle Donk. Said, I'm 47, assuming I live to 75. Will the Leafs win the cup before I'm 6 feet under? Short answer is no. Long answer is the Leafs have had so many problems with everything when it comes to their presentation in hockey, and the way they have been booked has been poor. Here's the reality with the Leafs. They are in a very tough market to exist in. There are a lot of things that can get in the way. A lack of focus from younger players will absolutely play into getting the yips, if you will, and they will not come out of that. They continue not to. You almost have to put them in a sensory deprivation chamber just to get them to win when they get into the postseason, inevitably. Whether or not they're going to win the big one, well, that's one thing that they all have to work so incredibly hard to block out. The idea that they're going to screw it up like they always do. There's always a collapse, and Toronto sports fans are so used to it and so down on their team by now that they just don't expect them to win. I am not a Leafs fan. I live in Toronto. I've said this before 100 million times, and I'll say it again. I'm a Sens fan. Grew up in Ottawa. I'm a Ducks fan. Didn't grow up in Anaheim. Just always been a Ducks fan since inception in 96. Both teams, to me, are strong. But right now, they're faltering a bit. I have seen one of my teams win a cup in my lifetime. I'm good. Don't know if I'll ever see the Sens win a cup in my lifetime. But the Leafs, honestly, I don't expect it unless there is someone on that team who is on the bench for the Leafs who says, hey, stop turning on sports talk radio. Stop listening to what they're saying about us. Don't get it in your head because these people don't matter. We don't matter. We can give our feelings, but it's not going to happen. The Leafs, before you're 75, I don't know, man. Good luck to you. I don't expect it. The Avs will win another cup before the Leafs do.
I mean, the Avs might win the cup this year, which
would prove my point.
Yeah. That was a good game against the Ducks the other night. The Avs and the Ducks. I figured the Ducks would be pretty tough, but we played them well and won. So that was nice. Yeah, this is a good Avs team this year. It's a good Avs team.
Yeah, and Uncle Donk following up saying Ducks are super fun to watch this year. Well, I'm glad you think so.
You don't think so?
There are times. Again, I'm gonna
Carlson and Kazarian. I think that's how you say his name. Apologies if not. They got some good young talent, man.
They've spent enough time trying to rebuild, and it's time. Listen, if this is a year where they can find a way, then I'm all about it. But I'm not. I'm gonna wait till I jump on any Ducks excitement.
I mean, I guess that's fair, but you can get a little bit excited about the team, especially when it's been bad for so long. Like getting excited, it's like, oh man, kind of like the Blue Jays. I know you were late to the Blue Jays party this year. You weren't going to buy in until later on, but come on, they went to the World Series.
They did. They had a good showing. They had a great time, and that conversation about parades has done well for us on this channel. We're almost at 10,000 views on it.
The Ducks should throw a parade that they're second place in the NHL a month into the season, right?
There we go. They should have a fan appreciation day every single day until they lose again. They're faster than the Avs, says Uncle Donk. Well, now you're just going to start fighting Jeremy. That night they were.
What night?
The night when the Ducks played the Avs.
Yeah, the Avs won.
What do you mean? I know, but the Ducks were still a faster team on the ice.
Were they?
Yeah, arguably.
Well, they got slowed down enough to lose the game.
Fair.
I don't know. I mean, look, I like their style of hockey. They do play very fast. Like, it was a very fun game, but man, I don't know too many players who are keeping up with Natchez, Makar, and McKinnon. Like that group has been killing teams this season. Now we got the BBC line now.
That's right. I saw you tweet about that.
Yeah, Brenly, Brock, and Colton, or whatever you want to call them, but that's the BBC line out there. So the Avs are good. One regulation loss. We're a month into the season. One regulation loss. We're only losing skills competitions. Who cares about that dumb shit?
Listen, Ducks are top in the Pacific Division.
Yeah, playing well.
The Sens and the Habs are tied right now in the Atlantic.
Sens had a good win last night against Boston.
They did.
Yeah, Boston was on like a 7-game win streak too. So
it's gonna happen. Listen, the strong year is good. The Leafs right now are stuck at 50-50. So have fun with that. True WWE booking for the Leafs.
Yeah.
Again, it's like I said, you got to put them in a sensory deprivation chamber, block out all sports media from the Leafs. It's a young team every year that just listens too much to everyone but their coaches and themselves. They are the me of hockey in that they have low self-esteem and they just can't win.
Well, the Avs beat the Oilers in the playoffs this year. I like our chances. I mean, we just whooped them 9-1. It's not that I'm afraid of the Oilers because they do have Connor McDavid and Draisaitl, but like their defense is shaky. Their goaltending is always shaky. I'm worried about the Stars. That's the team that keeps whooping our asses in the playoffs. So if we face the Oilers, I feel pretty comfortable about that matchup. If we face the Stars, I do not feel comfortable with that matchup because they've literally beaten us twice in the last 2 playoffs, and both in pretty heartbreaking fashion. So that's the team I don't like. I think we're better than we were last year. I also think the Stars are also really good too. So that's not the team that I really want to face. But this format sucks because you gotta play like your division rival, and it's so we get the same matchup. Everybody's ready for another Kings and Oilers showdown in the playoffs. Like they suck. Hate this format.
Talk to Gary Bettman.
Gary Bettman's an idiot.
He is. No one's going to fight you on that one. No one should fight you on that one.
Gary Bettman sucks.
Should we do a SmackDown preview? Unless you have something else you want to talk about.
Who cares about the SmackDown preview?
Why? There's so much going on tonight.
Is there?
Yeah, you got 4 matches.
Okay. And there's the Last Time Is Now tournament. And
stuff. I know you're excited about that.
I mean, Jey Uso and The Miz does nothing for me. Like, it's a funny little match, but I'm not like excited for it. LA Knight, all right, I'm interested in this for 2 reasons. 1, who is it going to be? 2, are they going to continue to just ignore LA Knight and be like, yep, you're a loser, buddy? And, like imagine if Joe Hendry is the challenger and Joe Hendry beats LA Knight. Ooh.
I don't think Joe would beat LA Knight in this case.
I don't know. No, don't apologize.
Don't apologize.
Yeah.
We go off the rails on any and all topics. You're good you can get in with hockey. You can get in with any sport. You're good. Don't worry. Everything's
we much prefer talking about hockey than wrestling. You kidding me?
True. That's true.
Now, if they have Joe Hendry beat LA Knight, LA Knight might want to be calling up TNA. I can be the top star for this company.
So there's a part of me that's wondering, what if it's not Joe, and what if it's not Matt Cardona?
I mean, I don't think that.
Hold on. What if it's Trick Williams?
Okay.
I think Trick is actually the Solo Sikoa opponent.
Okay, I think Trick might be part of the NXT. I mean, not that they couldn't pull him from the NXT live event, but he's advertised for the NXT. Yeah, he's advertised for this NXT tour.
Okay, but it culminates in New York, at MSG.
No, sure. He could be the opponent on Monday.
On Monday, yeah.
Yes, but tonight I'm saying he's advertised for the NXT shows tonight.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So that's why I don't know if it'll be LA Knight or if he'll be the opponent for LA Knight. I don't think Joe Hendry is. Let's see. I did the results last night. Let me see if he wrestled last night on the NXT show. And because if he did, then he's probably advertised for the weekend. Again, not that they can't pull guys from this tour anyway. They do it all the time.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be.
Where's SmackDown tonight?
I'll
pull it up while you do the other thing.
Okay. Yeah. Joe Hendry did not wrestle last night on the NXT tour. So theoretically, if he didn't wrestle last night, he's probably not going to be on the tour at all. So he could possibly be on the show tonight.
They're in Albany tonight, and NXT's in Green Bay.
Yeah, well, again, if Joe Hendry's advertised for the show, even if it's Green Bay, he'll be in Green Bay. But
well, maybe not. They can always pull him card subject to change, brother.
Oh yeah, sure. They can pull him, but I just don't think that. I don't think they're going to need to. He's not going to. He's not advertised. Trick has been advertised. Again, right. They can pull him, but he's at least been advertised for this tour and did compete last night. It might be. I don't think it's Cardona, although Cardona, Albany, New York, like there would make some sense there.
And they're doing MSG on Monday, so that's the other one.
Yeah. Like, it would make some sense if Cardona is one of them. I don't know. That feels like a Cardona wants to drum up the interest and people are just kind of talking themselves into it when it's not going to happen. Like it hasn't happened for the past 5 years now. And that's no knock on Cardona.
Cardona wasn't there last night. in Florida.
Okay.
So could be that. Could be Cardona tonight.
Mm.
And for MSG, could be say his name. The reason I put out Trick is just because of they're still doing Miz and Mello, and then Jey Uso's involved. So like I could see maybe it's not even that. I think they're gonna team up Trick and Mello on main. I just do. I think they're gonna play off the Miz thing, and then Trick's gonna get involved, and Miz and Mello are gonna be, or sorry, Trick and Mello are going to be back together. It'll be Jay beats Miz because Mello causes. You think Miz is gonna keep going?
I think Braun and Bronson are going to cost Jay. Because why are you going to have Jay continue when he's part of War Games? I just don't think Jay is like really long for this tournament. I think Braun and Bronson cost Jay in this thing. I mean, maybe Mello attacks Miz after the match or something, but I think Miz is winning tonight.
I think the final's going to be Jay versus Gunther.
Fuck.
For like the 28th time, and this time Gunther finally gets the win back. Oh god, that might be it, and it'd be very funny. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We got a super chat from Louis a minute ago. That was, does the NHL look like number 2 on certain nights, buddy? It's been certain number nights. 1 on certain nights, but it plays like number 2 on others. Just depends who's playing.
I mean, certain nights it does. It looked like number 1, definitely number 2. Last year when they did the 4 Nations and everybody was, complaining about the NBA All-Star game, rightfully so, and while the NHL was running 4 Nations, like, oh, look at these guys being really competitive for this thing. Meanwhile, you got the NBA All-Stars just mailing it in to the point now that the NBA is doing the World against USA, which I think will be good for 1 year, and then they will stop caring again.
As one does. So yeah, tonight, SmackDown, Albany, New York, the MVP arena, as it were. They're going to have the Miz versus Jey Uso, LA Knight versus TBA. Don't know who it is. We'll see. Jade Cargill takes on B-Fab, and Sami Zayn has a message for Solo Sikoa.
Remember?
No.
When the MFTs were like confronting the Wyatts, yeah.
And remember last week, and the Wyatts were like, "Not now. We have to wait. Like, they gotta wait until their leader comes back."
Man, stop doing this Sami Zayn MFT stuff. This stuff sucks.
Yes,
I'm tired of Sami being in the MFT universe. So tired of it. Get something better for Sami Zayn, man.
There's nothing to do.
I assume they're doing an Ilya Open Challenge as well, so we get 2 kind of sort of mystery opponents, although I guess that'll be Axiom or Ciampa this week, so sure. That'd be a good match.
Uncle Dog asking if I think Mac will make a roster spot for the Olympics team. We talking Nathan McKinnon?
Oh, Macklin Celebrini?
Could be.
Yeah, I assume Macklin Celebrini. Usually if it's McKinnon.
Celebrini because he's Canadian.
Yeah, well, McKinnon's Canadian.
McKinnon's also Canadian. What are we talking about?
But usually McKinnon, you would capitalize the K, which that's just the Avs fan in me talking that you would capitalize the K. Like McKinnon's guaranteed. There's no... That's not a thing at all. McKinnon's guaranteed.
He's young, but you can also put him on the under team.
What do you mean the under team?
The under 19 team.
He's not playing in the under 19 team. He's 20 as well.
No, he's not. He's 19.
Is he?
June 13th, 2006. I'm looking at his stats.
Okay. They're not playing him on the under 19 team.
He's a kid. Let him go be a kid. Let him play with the other kids.
No, if they're going to play him, they're going to play him on the actual Olympic team. They're going to play him on the junior team. Fuck out of here.
Breaking news, Jeremy Lambert. It's not really breaking. It's from 17 hours ago. Boy. Simon Miller submitted his Elegance video.
Oh, shit. Simon's good.
Simon is good. George did just post the emoji.
Oh, he did that with me
did that with you too.
He ain't special.
The ball.
Where's Simon? Get Simon Miller on here.
Is Simon active right this minute?
Hey, can we reach out to Simon, get him on the show right fast?
He has 2 hours ago. He was there.
You gonna DM him or should I DM him?
You can DM him.
Okay, all right.
Stevie's
The
there.
DMs are dumb as hell now.
They are. Now their chats, it's stupid.
Yeah, so I don't even know if people like got their shit set up, unfortunately. But
Oh, that's right, because everyone's dealing with the stupid. You got to make a passcode now.
yeah, which it's only like a 4-letter or 4-number thing. So,
Yeah.
but it's still just all dumb as hell that they've switched over to this. All right, let me message Simon. Be like, hey Simon, let's fight about the elegance brands.
Yes, this is exactly it. The elegance competition has in fact heated up. Got to get him back. Simon's not going to win this. None of this Simon Miller. He's a good-looking dude though. And who else? Ben Bishop. None of him. No, not him either.
All right, I just said, are you free to join our show now to battle over elegance videos? We will see if Simon responds to
Come
me.
on, Simon. I know you watch our shows. I don't think he watches our shows.
I don't think he watches. I don't blame him. Nobody should watch this show.
I mean, I think everyone should watch our show when given the other option for a morning show about wrestling.
Yeah,
So, it's tangential
fair.
about wrestling.
Fair.
5 stars from Dave for the men's blood and guts. Everyone get excited.
Sure. Yeah, he of course he gave the men 5 stars and not the women. The women's
Women
match was
get
better.
4.5.
The women's match was better.
Yeah, but the women, the problem is they used the truss to go outside. They went through the truss, and that's just
that
too much
ruled.
for Dave. It did rule. I actually really like that spot. I was like, oh, they can fit through that? Shit, I couldn't.
Yeah, that
Good
ruled.
for them. Just made me feel terrible about my body. Good for them. Good for the women. They should make me feel bad about myself. Why do we keep talking about Dave? We don't. It's just something I noticed.
I don't know. Hey, go to get SB3 star ratings. SB3 did his star ratings yesterday. I just put that short up today because I had issues with my CapCut, and CapCut's trying to charge me for stuff that I've already paid for, but then not charge me or not give me the stuff that I've paid for. CapCut was being a little bitch last night is what I'm trying to say. And so I got I pay for Pro, yeah.
Oh, okay. This makes
because they do the on Pro you can do the auto captions for the shorts.
Oh, that's why. Gotcha.
Yeah. If I didn't use that, then no, I wouldn't pay for it. But I do like overall. I think CapCut's very good if you are just trying to do some standard video editing. But yeah, for the shorts, you need the little words there, and I don't feel like transcribing all of that stuff.
I get it.
I already do enough work on these things, so if I can auto caption it, then it's a lot easier for me. But yeah, that's a pro feature.
Where are these star ratings that he says he does?
Who?
SB3.
They're on the shorts.
Oh, they're on the short. I thought you meant he tweets them.
I'm pretty sure he tweets them as well, but I don't think he tweets them until like the weekend or something.
That would do it. That's why.
Yeah, but just watch the short.
All right. Anything from Simon yet?
No, I've not
What a
heard
coward.
anything. The problem is, again, like, it doesn't even show up for me with this stuff. This new chat thing sucks.
It's really
it just sucks. It's screwing everything up.
It's ruining my life.
It's just terrible. But no, I've not heard anything from Simon. What do you want to give him? You want to give him like another? It's only been 2 minutes. Like,
He said his desk. You should see it right away.
well, maybe he's not there.
No, maybe he should be. Was he eating his beans and toast? Like, what are we doing here?
He might be. You don't know.
Put down the beans and the toast. And stop eating your supper, and come and join us for the show.
Why are people taking my? I mean, idiots take me serious, but why are people taking my TNA ran the Kazarian angle to distract from the NXT C team? People are like, "This is what you really think that to really distract us?" It's like, yeah, sure. I don't know.
This is amazing. I love that you make people just lose their shit for no reason. It's great.
It's all jokes, folks.
To distract us, really? C team way too high.
I mean, fair. I was trying to be kind with the C team. I was really just gonna go like Z team because they ain't bringing out their best there with that group. Yeah.
Shout out to SkyTel, who's been on this today. It's very funny.
Oh, has he?
Yeah. Love it.
I mean, good. It's very easy to make fun of this stuff. Like,
no quote tweets on that tweet though.
On what?
The one you just talked about. No
Yeah,
quote.
no one needs the quote tweeted. It's a good tweet.
Well, no, usually the quote tweets are people dunking and being like, "Hey, we TNA fans."
There's no TNA fans. That's the problem.
The most ardent TNA fans are even like, "The fuck is this?"
Yes, there are no TNA fans to defend this nonsense. You can't defend this. It's terrible. It's god awful.
They were at the show.
It's hilarious, but it's god awful stuff. Truly, truly awful stuff.
Yes.
I think it's hilarious.
Oops, I didn't mean to like that. Damn you, Instagram. All right. I've given it enough time.
Wow. Coward, not waiting on Simon Miller.
Simon will come and join us maybe on Monday. We already have a guest on Monday, but we can always have another.
We do. We have a TNA guest on Monday, don't we?
Sure, should we tell them who it is?
I mean, if you want to, it's your call.
We are scheduled right now to be joined by Jody Threat. Not right now, but we're scheduled as of now to be joined by Jody at 10:30 on Monday. Now, to be transparent, we're not there to talk to her specifically about TNA and nothing about TNA and only TNA, but only for 18 minutes. No, she's actually joining us to talk about New Wave Wrestling, which is the gym that she and Mark Wheeler and several other people in the Toronto independent scene have opened up here in the city. So we're going to be talking about that because their first show will be at the end of November in about 2 weeks at the New Wave Wrestling Academy. So we're going to be talking to her about that. I'm sure we'll talk about other stuff because she will have just come back from Florida and, have gone through the whole TNA weekend. So yes, Jody is fantastic. We love her to pieces on this show, especially. So we'll be looking forward to talking to her about that. She trained with Trish Stratus a handful of times. So we'll definitely get her first person account. Wrestled Mercedes Moné in Winnipeg. She's talked about it, but let's get more out of her from that. And we're looking forward to Jody hopefully joining us Monday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern until Ross finds out and pulls her.
I'm going to ask Jody, if you won the TNA Knockouts title and then didn't appear on television for a month and lost it on your first television appearance, how would you feel?
Oh God. And that's the last time we ever saw Jody Threat.
Yeah, we'll never get a TNA guest after that.
No, that's not what did it. We already got no TNA guest.
Oh, true, but this will really put us in the dirt. I think that's a fair question. I just want to know how she would feel if something like that
We do
happened.
like feelings. We are all about feelings. Jeremy, it's Friday. Let's get in our feelings with a little bit of the white, shall we?
Well, first, Joel.
Yes.
What did we accomplish today?
LOL TNA. Now, then, forever, together.
TNA, the number 2 promotion in America, just cannot stop surviving. That's it. It cannot stop surviving. One way or another, it is going to survive. No matter what they do, it is going to survive.
The cockroaches of professional wrestling, and it's
Twinkies.
a term of endearment.
Twinkies.
Cockroaches.
Twinkies. What a promotion, man. I can't believe we got way too much content. They gave us content on a Friday. Bless them.
Full ass show out of it. MCAS saying, ask Jody about Athena's heel run, kicking that off. I think we did in our first interview, but maybe we didn't because it was a TNA one. Maybe we'll talk to her about it on that.
I think we broached it, but like it was kind of fresh and new almost. But now, like, it's a 3-year run that she's on. I'm gonna ask her if she gets like royalties or something. Like, do you get royalties from Athena's run because you started all of it?
Oh God, perfect. All right, let's add it to the bank. All right, it's Friday. You know what to do.
It is Friday, folks. You know what that means. Maybe. Where's my clip?
I hope nobody deleted it. Come on. Ain't no
Okay.
Oh, it's here? Okay.
Yeah, it took me a second. All right.
Jeez.
Sorry, folks. I got no eyes, all right? I got bad vision around here. Too much drinking on a Friday.
That's right.
Mono, the final boss. And here we go. This is how good. The final. God damn, that's good shit.
And here we go. Oh, damn, that's good shit. I feel like it's stronger and stronger every time. I don't know why. Like maybe as it's aging. I don't know if that works. I don't know how tequila works. I don't drink enough.
But TNA Turning Point is tonight.
Gives a fuck.
If you want to watch it, you can watch it. We're not doing a post show. If you want a free month of TNA, they're doing that. So you can just go and get a free TNA Turning Point show to watch if you want. Jeremy, anything to plug?
I wore my Christian Cage Captain Charisma shirt in honor. Nobody could really tell because it's like slumps down, but that's why I want to point it out now. In honor of TNA being TNA. I don't have any like actual TNA shirts. I have a Samoa Joe shirt, but it's signed, and like I didn't want to disparage the great name of Samoa Joe by doing that. And I have a WWE AJ Styles shirt, but I didn't want to wear that either. Although that one would have, I guess, fit. So I went with Christian Cage because he was part of the Josh Alexander thing when he lost the title, and then Josh Alexander got immediately cashed on. So it all ties together.
Levels to this game.
It all ties together.
We'll be back on Monday. We'll have what to talk about. SmackDown tonight. Collision is live tomorrow. Should be a fun show.
I can't spoil it. That's unfortunate.
I know, right? Do they have any matches announced that we didn't talk about?
They do. Yeah, they got like one match announced. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Okay. Let's
Yeah,
get.
I don't know what it is. I don't remember.
It's Mark Davis versus Mark Briscoe.
Mark Briscoe wins.
It's gonna be one of those. Let's go, Mark. Mark versus Mark. Mark,
oh God, they are gonna do that
Mark.
shit,
Let's go, Mark. Yeah, it's gonna be we count people. We mark people. We mark people. Yeah, y'all are gonna be really funny. Erie, Pennsylvania.
Oh, I could go to that.
You could. The Erie Independence Hall, something, whatever.
I wonder if Bryan Danielson will let me in for free like he did last time.
I'm sure he would. You just got to make it out.
I don't think I'm gonna go to it.
Back on Monday, talk about that. Talk about plenty more in the world of professional styles of wrestling. For Jeremy Lambert, you know who he is, you know who I am. Leave a thumbs up on the way out. Ladies, gentlemen, friends beyond the binary. We'll see you in the next one. Enjoy your weekend. See you soon.